You guys, I am so excited to be back today with this episode because I love the nines. And I think, honestly, besides the ones, it's the first odd number that I actually love. Like, I love the nines. So I'm really excited to get into it. I'm Jamie.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm April. Welcome to Soul Cards and Connection. With this podcast, we are trying to make tarot more accessible. We want to learn more about ourselves and celebrate sisterhood in everything we do. And like Jamie said, today is our episode about nines. I'm also really excited to talk about it. The imagery on the cards is varied and beautiful and
Stunning.
interesting.
I get excited about the nines when I see them because it feels like, it's almost there. Things are almost there. It's that energy of kind of this last final step in this journey that we're getting to the tens. And it's that feeling of completion. Maybe it's in this like last moment, things are wrapping up, but it's like Jamie, when you're like completing your novel right now, it's like, it's done. It's completed, but there's things still wrapping up. You're literally living in the energy of the nines right now.
Is that why I'm super attracted to them? Like,
I
I'm
think
just like,
so.
I like you guys.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's this ability to like recognize where you've been at on this journey and just the fulfillment that has occurred. And some of these cards show different energies of that. And honestly, we're in a 9-year. So it's
Wait,
how are we in a
2025
9-year?
is a 9-year. So it's really about this endings that birth new beginnings. And it's the movement and change from the 8s that we've just been in, and getting to this point is like that sigh of relief or that like fortitude to just keep going. So Jamie, what do you?
Oh, wait, I want to answer before we jump in. Because I think we kind of breezed over this. What does it mean to be in a 9-year?
Yeah, what does that mean?
What Rachel's talking about is 2025. If you add all those numbers together, is 9. Right, Rachel? Is that accurate?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And like last year, 2024 was an 8-year. And so now we're in a 9-year.
Yeah.
We have the energy of 9 in this year, 2025.
Exactly.
You said a sigh. You said a sigh of relief. And last episode was 8, and last year was 8, and that's bizarre.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, the fact that it's going in order like that is crazy. Maybe that is all like it's supposed to be, but I just wanted to show you the sigh on this woman's face. She is like, psh,
Can you hold her back so we can see her?
But I want y'all to see that smirk on her face, like sigh, like I'm almost done.
Okay, so Jamie's card has a woman at a table, and she has 9 cups arranged like in a semicircle with one in the middle. And there's like fruit on the table, and she's got what I assume is wine, and she's dressed pretty. She's got a flower in her hair, and there's like a hearth behind her with like a pot of food, I assume, and she's pouring some wine.
And that necklace. Look at that necklace.
She's got a beautiful necklace on.
She does.
She's smirking.
She looks happy, but she
got
looks
the Mona
like
Lisa thing going on.
Yeah, she's definitely looking like she's living her best life for sure. I think that's really representative of the 9 of Cups energy, because you're in this, it feels like celebratory in a sense, right? Like she has arrived and she's ready to
open
host
herself a little bar and grill. Yeah. She is like, and it is, look at, she's serving 9 customers right now. Table 9.
So go ahead, Rachel.
Well, it is about like that celebration energy of like the abundance that she has acquired in her journey. Now she's ready to share that with others,
Yeah.
But we're not quite there yet.
So Jamie, while yours is like literal, here I'm looking at my Raven's Prophecy Tarot is like a more abstract interpretation of 9 of Cups. It's like we have a sky full of clouds with these beautiful colors and birds. It's joy. Like, oh, it's so lovely. Like you want to be there. You want to hold this energy with you.
That 9 ravens flying?
I know, probably.
Yeah, 9 ravens are flying through the clouds.
It feels like it's in the upper like realms of heaven. Like it's such a beautiful, like 100%. Celestial kind of coloring with all of the different the gold and the light that's in that center of the card, April. That's really beautiful. That kind of matches my card as well, and the light
Oh,
seers
let me see
tarot.
yours. Can I see
And
it?
my girl is literally
Oh.
dancing, and in the center of her chest is this outpouring of all of the chalices, and they're all just kind of dancing around her, but she's held suspended because she's in water. And it's the light of all of the choices, and they're all like bringing her just such fulfillment. And it's a beautiful, she's got this treasure chest down below that she's kind of jumping out of. And it's this realization. And that's really what the Nine of Cups helps to bring. It's like bliss. It's literally like you're in this state
Ecstasy.
of, ecstasy and bliss. And it's a beautiful fulfillment of everything in your journey thus far. It's a beautiful card. It's a beautiful energy. It really is like celebrating your wealth, health, success on all abundance and all fronts.
So you would say if you pull the Nine of Cups in your spread or for your day, the universe sees you and it's celebrating with you.
Yes. Very
You're
much. And to
Okay.
look for that, to remain grateful and look for that in your life, because all of this energy, as within, so without, like as we reflect our own process and our own emotions and focus on the gratitude and the joy and remaining grateful for all the gifts in our lives, we will continue to see that in our lives around us. And I think that's a beautiful reflection of this energy. For sure.
Okay, I want to go to another pursuit, but right before, just a real quick throw up of my Chrysalis tarot card, which is like a tree with fairies and butterflies and droplets of water, and it's so whimsical and joyful, and like who also doesn't want to be here? It's so beautiful.
And it's called mirrors instead of
In this
cups.
deck, in the Chrysalis Tarot, they use different symbols for each suit. And so this suit for cups is mirrors because you're reflecting your emotions. And it's so beautiful.
This little nugget in the bottom
This guy.
left, my bottom left corner, reminds me of Where the Wild Things Are when he's dancing and he's so excited to be a part of that tribe of monsters, right?
Yes.
That's inspiring. I love that.
I think that's beautiful, Jamie, because like this card, Nine of Cups, also represents like togetherness and like the nourishment that happens when we are all together in that sense. And like having arrived with your tribe, it brings that like emotional fulfillment. And nines are, the threes times three. And it's like you've got, like it's this ability to get to that level and that octave of just like sheer emotional bliss, again, alignment with all of the things in this journey, for sure.
I just want to say something really quick. You can join our Patreon and see the live video of us uncut recording these, and you're going to see all the wild facial expressions that April and I have when Rachel says something or confirms what we've said. We're both like, "Oh, I got it!"
Like 3 times 3 really just blew our mind right there. Like we were having a moment. You can join our Patreon and watch that for yourself if you'd like.
Yeah, join us on Patreon. In real time. It's amazing. No, not real time. We're going to record and then put them up right after the show.
Yeah.
Anyways, I loved that. That was amazing. I love the nines.
And it's a beautiful feeling. Like and if it's coming out reversed, in a spread that you have, maybe that's asking you to look more in gratitude towards the things in your life. Maybe you're not seeing it enough. Right? So it's like that energy of going more within so that you can see it outwardly around you too.
I'm not going to lie. Rachel's interpretation of receiving a card, how do you say it? Upside down?
Reverse?
Or reverse. If you receive a card in reverse, there's if you look at TikTok or YouTube or any instructionals, there's a litany of ways that people try to make that a negative experience. And that's fine. Like, I'm not trying to step on anyone's toes, but why do we always look at things through a negative lens? Where Rachel's interpretation of things after the years of study and practice that she's done is far more intuitive. And it's not, we don't walk through life in the negative, we walk through life in the positive. So how do we take this and understand it better for a positive outcome? And I just am super appreciative of that.
I feel like
Aw.
Rachel's interpretations are always about like the lessons. Like, what are the
Yeah.
lessons? And I really
Lessons
appreciate
aren't
that as
negative.
well, because like
Yeah.
that's what we're here for, the wisdom.
Exactly.
Mhm.
100%.
Life in so many ways is like we're in a classroom and we are trying to elevate ourselves from one grade to the next, right? And in order to do that successfully, we have to assimilate all of the lessons from these. And the best way to do that in order to move forward is by looking at the shadow, which is the reverse, in a more positive, more empowering kind of way. And that is hopefully what you all are gleaning from this in our audience as well. And it's what we're here for. It's to bring hope and to bring these lessons in a way that is fruitful and not frustrating. For
Yeah.
sure.
Totally.
All right. Well, my question was going to be, are all the nines positive? Because I'm
No, they're
looking at my,
not.
they're not, right? Okay. So definitely like when we do these episodes, I lay out all of my cards of the suit,
Mhm.
obviously. And I can see like, okay, I'm seeing the Nine of Cups and like the beautiful energy. And then I'm looking over here at the Nine of Swords and I'm like,
yes, that's
we're
my
not
negative
all-
one.
We're not all happy here. What's our message here, Rachel? When we get to our Nine of Swords. It's always the swords, right? The swords.
They complicate it. They complicate it.
Tell us, please.
Like I said before, they're like the black keys in a piano. And sometimes you can't play the most beautiful music without all of the kind of sharps and flats, right? So these really
Ooh,
aspects, I know, we have to have them because
dun, dun, dun.
I know. In the endings, right, we're talking about nines. So the energy of like reflection on our journey. Like we said, the energy of the nines is really about that like reflection in the last final step. But sometimes we're not really happy where we're at. And everything that we've manifested is creating more problems for us than what we wanted. Or, right, and maybe it's our own mental worries around something or the anxiety that happens in the energy of the nines. And in my card, and in the traditional golden art nouveau and many traditional tarots, it's got swords above a woman or a man who's in bed. And maybe this is like the nightmares we have about the situation that we've put ourselves in. Or maybe it's about,
Or could it be
yeah,
could it be dreaming about or reflecting upon, like, yeah, my girl is like
yeah,
weighed down by the swords in bed, but I'm like, is it go back to boundaries?
It always goes back to boundaries.
right. And
She asked for too much, it all came true, and now what?
she's tapped out. She's like really wanting to be tapped out right now, right?
Can I just okay, I don't know if you know me in real life. If you don't know me in real life, you should know this, is that I say yes to a lot of things.
Girl.
When I have friends that literally have to coach me through saying no to things, when I like to help. Just say yes. And all of my, just right now in my personal life, like all of my calls have come now. Like they're all coming to fruition now. All of my tasks are coming to call right now. And like this this is me.
You are the angel raising over the cement.
So this is like
at a cemetery. It feels
okay, this angel at a cemetery. She is draped over like a tombstone, and there's just in this chrysalis tarot the swords are scrolls, because remember that it's about air and our thoughts, so it's about like our thoughts are scrolls, and she's got scrolls just like all along the floor, and she's like holding one, and she's just like when someone said overwhelmed, I was like,
yeah.
This is my card for the day, and this is me right now. This is the energy.
Yes, girl.
I have. This is the lesson I need, Rachel.
I know. And it's interesting that this is coming up today, because like you literally just took on so much more, April, in your
I mean,
already busy schedule. And
we
the
just said in the sevens episode, like, April, we see everything you're doing. Like, you're working more than a full-time job and not getting paid for half of it. We just said this like 2 episodes ago.
And then now fast forward to this energy.
Yeah.
This is where
Burnt
I'm at
out.
today.
But it's
Yeah.
so
Girl.
astrologically, this is Mars in Gemini, which kind of right? Like, I know, April. So both
If
of
you don't know, I'm a Gemini sun.
and Jamie's a Gemini rising. And so this frantic energy of like
I
just
say yes to
so
everything.
much mental, like all of a sudden, like, what have I taken on? And it's like expanding in Gemini, and there's too much going on. And it's this action oriented energy. Sometimes it causes us to like retract and like tap out. And that's what like so many of these cards are showing in the art of like, we have nightmares, like subconsciously, like we know better. We know better.
My
But maybe our own
God,
internal
yes.
voice is like not helping us out here, right?
If I
So
could just tell you that my dream, not last night, but the night before, matches this energy.
yeah.
Because I never tell April, I'm not the friend that she goes to train her to say no, because I don't know what I don't know, but I'm here to validate, like, you do too much. And the problem with me is that I'm the one that's asking people to do more. I'm like, let's do this project, let's do that project, let's go to the store and make altar cloths. Like,
Yes.
I'm the person that someone
Yes.
should say no to.
But that's the fun stuff. I don't want to say no to that.
I know, I agree.
I'm super I would love to hear your interpretation, Rachel, of
Ooh,
this
girl.
Raven's Prophecy Tarot for the 9 of Swords. So this image, we have a hand that's coming down from the top of the card, and then from the bottom of the card, we have a hand coming up, but it's a skeleton hand, and their fingers are like touching. And I don't know. I don't know what I interpret from this one, so I'd love to hear what you think
one
this is
blood?
about.
Is that blood? Like, is that translucent hand,
I
like you're
think
seeing the inside of it?
I don't think so. I think that's just how the artist does the
Color.
hands, the
Okay.
coloring in this deck.
I think it's a really powerful way to represent our shadows and how, you know, the bones of a situation and what's underlying it, like, is sometimes, you know, this fear that's holding us back, or it's this like, are we able to ask for help? Like, it's a hand reaching out, right? Like, and that's like, that's what immediately when I first said, how do we ask for help? Like, when we're deep in this shadow kind of stuck energy, like when I see the 9 of Swords, sometimes I think it's like, you know, my stepdaughter used to get panic attacks at night and like night terrors, and those were really intense. And it's like, how do we ask for help? Like when we're already feeling tapped out and like don't know what to do, like we're reaching out towards something that maybe we're burnt out about. Like, and so we have to take ourselves out of our own internal thoughts and our own internal process and utilize our own support system around us. And basically that's important part of this journey too. And when we get to this completion point, we realize that we haven't done it all by ourselves. We have had help. And it is in being able to lean on others that we can get that much further.
Wow. Okay.
Can I just say something really quick to that card, April? I keep trying to come up with 9 in it, and all I came up with was 8 fingers touching and 10 fingers touching.
I had the same internal process the whole time. I was like, maybe she should have stuck one of the fingers out of the frame. You know, we got to let go, Jamie. I think we got to let go of our need to have a 9 represented here. Maybe. I don't know.
For sure. 100%.
It's confusing initially because it's not representative of all of like the normal art
It's
that's happening.
an
in the
interpretation.
lines. Yeah, for sure.
But it's the energy. And I think this deck really does a great job of like capturing the energy of the card through its art. And I really appreciate that.
Oh, I just had a
100%.
thought.
what?
So
What?
it's one of those things where like sometimes the 9 of Swords can represent seeds of doubt. And it's like us
Ooh,
doubting the fact that
that's-
this doesn't have, you know, like it's so
That's
representative, like,
this.
right? I feel like that's that card.
Mhm. Oh,
Ooh,
yeah. This is totally a Seeds of Doubt card. You can feel
yes.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
for
just
sure.
that
Oh, I
energy.
love that.
Oof.
I love that. Okay, we talked about cups. We talked about swords. What are we talking about next?
I wanna go
My
with
2
wands.
favorite.
I wanna
Okay.
save your
Wands.
favorite, Jamie. Yeah, for the last 9 of
Ooh, it's
wands.
a happy. We're back to happy? Are
Yeah.
we back
Mine's
to
super
happy?
happy, yeah.
I
I
think
mean,
this is a
mine's
happy
really
card.
happy. Look
Yeah.
Yeah,
at
mine's
this.
oh, yeah.
Like a rainbow
Oh, that's
rose.
pretty.
Come now.
Yes.
It's so
Okay,
pretty.
so Jamie's card and my card both represent a woman that has her wands kind of standing, and many of them at their back or at the front, that kind of represents this like fence almost. And
Oh.
she's
Mhm.
defending her territory kind of thing. And same with
Ooh.
my woman here too, who's has a light and is kind of standing post and
Yep,
standing watch on her
yep.
territory, it feels like. And in so many ways, the wands represent this wisdom having gained through our journey. Remember, we're on this process of purpose with the wands and spirit and our strength and how we're bringing that to our life. And it's like the battle has been won, guys. Like we're at a 9. The battle has been fought from the 7s and the 8s, and we're moving forward and we're standing our ground, and we're willing to have strength in that and resilience and determination. It's like that last step in the battle. It's the defiance. It's that final push. We're all a little fatigued in the journey as a whole, but we're still going. It like kind of reminds me, April, of like a woman who's spent 9 months waiting to give birth.
Oh, snap. She's ready.
She is ready. She's,
Yeah.
she's a warrior. She's ready to
She's
push
a
that
warrior for
final
sure.
push.
Okay, let's take that one
Okay.
step further. If anyone has a 9-year-old, you know that she is like,
Yeah.
"Whoo, I
Oh.
made it, and now I'm ready for battle again," because 9 is hard.
9 is
Yes,
hard.
9 is
Yeah.
really hard. Okay, I just wanna
It's
hold
hard.
up this Wildwood Tarot, 9,
Ooh,
because I think this is really encompassing everything you're talking about, standing your
yeah,
ground. It's a warrior, it's fierce, there's confidence here, like, we've done it. This is
Yep.
ours. Like, this is ours.
We are
yeah.
It's like
brave.
a warrior, like a animal man warrior kind of bursting out of a bush and, with confidence and
Those
intensity.
antlers.
He's
I
a wild
know.
man, but he's
He's a
willing to stand his
wild
ground.
man.
He's
He's
willing.
standing
Like
his
it's
ground. Yes.
he knows that the battle is won, and he's got like this
Yeah.
victory and this sense of strength from all of this journey thus far, and it
Yeah,
gives him that empowerment to just like finally victory, go for it. Like we're here for it. And I think that that's
Right.
a powerful and very empowering way to like see this card. I like that.
Mm, okay.
yeah, that was good.
That's really strong. That would be a really powerful card to pull in a reading.
I think so, because it like you get both the success, but like we all know what fatigue in that process looks like. And that's what this card like it represents both. Like we have to
Mhm.
have hard work
Mhm.
to find true it's the determination of a job well done.
Mhm.
I
Wow.
like that.
I do too. I do too.
Okay, which brings us to the happiest card.
To one of my favorite cards in the deck.
I held this up wrong before, but 9 of Pentacles, right? Is that what we're talking about? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jamie, look at the Witch's Tarot 9 of Pentacles.
I love
Is
her
she
in
a
this.
goddess? My
She is,
goodness.
and she was in my big reading with Rachel
That's
last
why I recognize her. I
week.
was like, I've seen her.
She's
So she's
bomb.
got this
She's bomb.
gorgeous like dress. She's in an archway. She's surrounded by 9 pentacles that are also flowering in this vine kind of way around this arch. She's standing in her presence, proud. She is alone, but she is also just fine with that. She is in
She's
her peace
confident.
and she is confident. She's like
She doesn't
in
need anyone else.
solitude, but
Look at
yeah,
her.
I
She don't
know.
need anyone else.
This is how I would like my book release party. I would like an arch, and I would
Ooh.
like
Yes.
9 books surrounding the arch.
Oh, Nine of
It's so
Pentacles is the energy we're bringing forth for that.
yes.
For
It's a
sure.
good card. It's one of my favorite cards in the deck. She comes up for me a lot, actually. And
I love her.
it's just this sense of abundance, but in this like peaceful solitude of self-sufficiency. It's this all of her physical
100%.
manifestations have arrived. All of her plans have come to fruition. She's very proud of her work and what she's done. And it's this kind of like, you did it. You did it. And you
I
have
just have to point
achieved.
out,
Yes.
yeah, also she's like stunning. Like her body is very feminine. Her hair isn't perfect, but it's perfectly not perfect and perfect. Like she is owning who she is versus being the mask of what we perceive or want in someone. She represents my age to me.
Yes.
I don't know how to put that better. She represents to me like my age, this like coming into your 40s, being mid 40s, and like just accepting who I am now and being proud and happy and like successful. I don't know. I just like it a lot.
It does. It like represents physical beauty. It represents like the energy of self-care. We get to this point in our lives, Jamie, like you said, where we're all honoring that. And that just fuels our abundance further. And I noticed in your card, April, with the rose, it was
This one?
yeah, but it's like that beauty and inner
It's so pretty.
peace that this rose like
Yeah.
brings in that color. And like
Yes.
that's having had a successful harvest, that rose that you were like budding and like in the moment of the sevens,
Oh,
when we
yeah.
like look back to what
Right.
we had, it's full bloom now. It is come into
After
its
the hard work.
own. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Just when you're saying, like, things like peaceful and self-care, like, this is a yes for me, with this imagery as well. Is a woman kind of walking away from 9 stones, and she's holding a staff, and it's green, and she's walking towards a tree, and it's, like, breezy, and, she's just really at peace with what's happening, like, the whole world.
It is a very yeah, I would say this card really represents that job accumulation of having gathered the stones, and definitely like a job well done, and she is ready for her next part of the journey. She's confident. She
Ready.
is yeah, very much so.
Because we're not at 10 yet, right? Like,
No,
we are at 9.
we're at nines, which
Okay.
is about endings and completions, right?
It
We're
is, okay.
there. But it's not quite seeing all of the manifestations come into fulfillment yet. Like in so many ways, she and in my cards, right? And in Jamie's and all of them, they're still in solitude. And when we get to the tens, we're outwardly around usually others or other, in the
Oh.
pentacles. But she is self-sufficient, right? She doesn't need
Oh.
anyone else for her success. This is realized internally
Mhm.
in a way that the tens will realize it externally.
Ooh,
So,
interesting. Okay, I love that
yeah.
perspective. I love that.
So if you get maybe this card in that shadow reversal form, when I see her having worked so hard for her success, like for me, if it's in reverse, like maybe April, this is a good one for you to like pay attention to. Like maybe you're overworking, or it's a sign
Mhm,
of working
mhm.
too much and not
Yeah.
appreciating the fruits of your labor and having time
Mhm.
to like enjoy the fruits of your labor. So it's like,
Right.
what can we reevaluate? What can we look at that needs to be better nourished in that moment?
What a beautiful lesson that, yes, I will reflect on in
It takes time.
between all of my tasks.
I believe in you. Learn. We can say no.
Yes, yes, yes. We hit all of our ladies, right? We got them all?
Yeah, we
Yep.
got them all. We love the nines. I love
Okay,
it. Last
guys.
gasp. Oh,
Oh, beautiful. I am super excited again about our creating a meaningful moment for this week. Okay. My intention with this one is for us, it can be whatever you're feeling called for. Do we need to celebrate? Do we need to raise the vibration? Do we need to have a moment with just ourselves? Do we need to stand in that Nine of Pentacles energy of confidence? Okay, my invitation for creating a meaningful moment for the week ahead is to have a dance party with yourself.
Ooh.
I know.
Okay.
Like, yeah, great idea. But when you actually do it, it's going to feel so good in your body and your heart and your mind. So I want you to pick like a great song. Maybe it's a throwback because I think I read somewhere that like our songs of our childhood and adolescence like imprint on our brain differently than songs of other parts of our lives. So maybe it's a throwback, something that's good to dance to in your living room, your bedroom, anywhere, and not being inhibited. Just be yourself, let go, release, celebrate your wins.
Shake it out.
Celebrate yourself. Yeah, shake it out, whatever you need. Hold that intention and have a little dance party with yourself, at least one song. That is my offer for our creating a meaningful moment this week as we honor the nines and the energy of the nines.
I love that.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. And that brings us to the closing of our episode. And to close our episode, we always take a deep breath together, a communal breath. So I'm going to invite everyone, wherever you are, to take a moment and take a deep inhale in and a deep exhale out. And may you stay connected to yourself as you step back into your week.
Thank you so much for connecting with us. If you resonated with what you heard today, please like and subscribe and share this podcast with your friends and family or anyone else who might need a bit more connection and intuition in their lives. Join the conversation and stay in the loop by following us on Instagram at Soul Cards and Connection and let us know your thoughts, questions, or any stories you might have. We would love to hear from you. Soul Cards and Connection is brought to you by your hosts and executive producers, Jamie Parker Stickle, April Treadle, and Rachel Boozer, and is a production of Make That Paper Productions. A special thanks to our producer, audio engineer, and editor, Jason Bieber. Thanks for listening, and until next time, we wish you a beautiful week of soulful connections with the cards, yourself, and the world around you. We hope you stay connected, and thanks for being a part of our journey.